Hey everyone! Alright, so as you can tell by the title and what I have on, this tutorial is going to be for the Joker from The Dark Knight. Now, I saw quite a few tutorials on this on YouTube, but they either showed you how to make it very neat and not how to like deconstruct it and make it look how he looks towards the end of the movie. So I show you how to do that, and then also most people use like the latex prosthetic that you just glue on. I show you how to use spirit gum with scar wax, so that way you can get more of a realistic looking scar to the actual movie because they weren't even. So yeah, I show you how to do all that, and then the look starts out neater and looks more like the beginning of the movie, and then as the end of the tutorial comes, I do this to it and make it look more worn and busted down. But yeah, that's pretty much all I can say about the look itself, so if you want to know how I did this, just go ahead and keep watching. Alright, the first thing we need to do is we need to create the scars that are going right here. I looked at pictures just trying to get an idea of how they look, and on the right side it curves up quite drastically, and then on this side it actually just goes out a little bit more. So what I'm going to do to make my scars stay a little bit better, I'm actually going to make the scars myself. I'm not going to use the ones that you just glue on and then blend into your skin. So I'm going to take spirit gum, anywhere that sells Halloween makeup, so like Spirit or just any Halloween store, or even party supply stores, they carry spirit gum right now, so you can find it pretty much anywhere. But I'm going to go in and apply the spirit gum where I'm going to want the scar, and I'm just doing this to give it something extra to hang on to. And then if you haven't worked with spirit gum before, you need spirit gum to dry and get tacky before you can actually adhere stuff to it and it'll stay. So you can either fan it, you can just wait, you can do whatever. But while that dries on that side, I'm going to go in and I'm going to start getting my scar wax ready. And this is just scar wax that I got from a Halloween store. So you don't need any fancy stuff. You don't have to get like the expensive kind. This is just for Halloween, so you can work with this. And then I use a little spatula. You can get these from any craft supply store that'll sell like paint supplies, so you can use that. It'll be in the section with all the paint. Otherwise, for this you could use like a butter knife or something like that. Just be very careful. But now I have that. Doesn't look like much right now, but it will in a second. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to apply this. I kind of just take it, set it, and then I just roll the spatula off. I don't know if you saw how I did that. But since I have the spirit gum on, this is just going to help it adhere a little bit better. And then I'm gonna mold this a little bit, but I'm not gonna worry about it too much because I'll go in with my hands and actually mold it after. But I'm just going in and getting my basic shape, and I'm leaving it thicker in the center so that way I can go in and carve out that line in the middle of it. And you can see I can move my face all I want and it stays in place. Now that I have this side on, I'm just going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to apply my spirit gum, and then I'm going to go in with my scar wax. Okay, you can see this one is lumpier. I'm a sucker for detail, and when I looked at pictures, you could see this side was definitely a lot lumpier. This one was a little bit smoother. So, but again, just make the scars however you want to. You don't have to be absolutely perfect. It's your own interpretation anyways. But now I'm going to go in and smooth out the scar wax or putty or whatever you want to call it. Now, to do that, you want a little slip on your fingers. You don't want your fingers to be dry, only because the wax will just stick to them and you won't be able to smooth anything out. So either put a little bit of like petroleum jelly or a little bit of water on your fingers, and then just rub that in so you just have like a really thin coating of moisture on your fingers, and then just keep some handy. So you can see there's barely like any on my fingers. It just gives them a sheen so they have a slip. And then that way you can go in and you can blend the edges of this so it'll blend into your skin so you don't have like that bump of a line where it starts and stops. Now that you have those blended on, or have the edges blended, go ahead and take your butter knife, your spatula, paper clip, whatever you're going to use to do this, and then load it up with petroleum jelly again, or get it wet with water. Petroleum jelly works a little bit better because it doesn't dry as quickly or absorb into the skin as quickly, and it's got a little bit more slip to it, so yeah. But I'm going to take that, and I just coated it, and then you're going to go in and cut out some of this wax. And if you need to, you can mold it a little bit more. And then just do the same on the other side, just cut out the shape that it's supposed to have. Alright, everything's on, we have that, so now I'm just going to go in and start painting my face white. What you use is going to be up to you. You just need like a clown white. You can use like pancake makeup, you can use a cream, you can use the liquid form. Every Halloween store right now has them, but what you use is going to be up to you. So I'm just going to take a sponge, and I'm just going to start applying this all over my face. When you get to the area with the scars, be very, very gentle. If you have a makeup brush, by all means use that, because then you can be very gentle with the brush and stipple it onto the scar. You can get a really cheap brush at like a dollar store, so you don't really have to invest a ton of money in this. Now for the black around the eyes, I'm just going to go in with this. This is Kryolan. It's theater makeup. It's just one of their aqua colors. It's water activated, so I'm just going to use a mixing medium to do that. Again, you can use stage makeup for this. You can use Halloween makeup, just like a black cream clown makeup. It's not really going to matter. You can use like a eyeliner you get from the dollar store. Just as long as it's black, that's all that you really need. So I'm just taking a synthetic brush, and then I'm just going to fill in this area with black, but I'm not going to be perfect. I'm mainly going to focus on getting just my lid completely black. That's the only part I'm going to worry about getting perfect, because we really, really want around the eye to be nice, dark, and black, so make sure you really get the color on in that area. And then the same goes for underneath your eye. You're really going to want that as black as you can get it as well. Then everything beyond that kind of just is going to fade into the white. You can see underneath I'm not being perfect. You don't want it to be perfect. You don't want like a perfect circle around the eye that just doesn't look right. So I'm actually being kind of sloppy on the outer region of this, and then I'm going to go in with the sponge after. Now that I have the black on, I just took another sponge and then I just broke it in half. And I'm going to take this side that's not smooth, just one of the parts from the ripped area, and around the edge of this, I'm just going to go in and kind of like pounce the brush on the makeup. And you can see it's blending it, but it's making it look smudged and dirty, I guess you could say. And don't worry about the white that's coming off, because we're going to deconstruct this look and make it not so clean anyways. So just keep going in and making this look more grungy and just dirty. So now we have this. It looks a lot better. It's not perfect. If you wanted to, you can go in and do like some streaks in the makeup, like if you wanted to extend pieces out like this, and then I would just go over it with the sponge again to soften them so they're not as harsh and perfect. Then, of course, you would move on to the mouth once you're done with like the eyes. For this, again, you can use Halloween makeup. I would mix a little bit of orange with a little bit of red, only because it's not going to be this color red. It's not bright, bright red. So I would mix those two to get more of an orangey toned red. But you're going to do the same thing you've been doing. You're just going to apply that to the area that it needs to go in. And remember, you don't want it perfect. And we're going to do the same thing that we did to the eyes. We're going to apply it, but then we're going to go in with a sponge around the edges and deconstruct it a little bit. Then, like I said, we're going to do the same thing. Going to take the smaller part of that sponge that we split in half earlier, and then right on the edge of this, going to do the same thing. We're going to pounce it right on top. And you can see it's going to dirty it up. Now, before I do anything else to the mouth, I'm going to go in and deepen up the inside of those areas that are in the center of the scar. And to do that, I'm just going to take a burgundy color. And then if you don't have burgundy, again, just mix your red and your black Halloween makeup, like the cream clown makeup, and you can use that. And then you can use like a Q-tip or the end of like a paper clip to do this. And then just right in the center down that gash you made earlier. And then that's pretty much it. You can see the look is pretty much completed. That's all you would really have to do for the basic one. But I want to like wear this look out more. Make it look like I've been wearing it for a long time. It's wearing off its smudge. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go in and I'm just going to take another sponge and I'm going to kind of distress the makeup. So as you can see, I just wiped a bunch off my forehead. Then if you want lines like he has on his forehead in the movie, you can see I wiped a good portion off of my forehead. I'm just going to raise my brows and then very lightly on top, while my forehead is wrinkled like that, I'm just going to pat. And you can see it gives me those lines that I need. And I'm just going to seriously go in and deconstruct this look. I'm just going to make it look messy and make it look like I've been wearing it for quite a while. So how you do this is going to be up to you. I'm just going to follow the images that I saw that I Googled. So yeah. And there you go. There's my completed version. Of course, you would throw on your costume and spray your hair green, but not solid green. You'd want it to be kind of sloppily done, like the look is completed, I guess. So yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. It's very easy. Hope this is helpful to some of you. And until my next video, I will talk to all of you soon. Bye.